It is a great joy to have you here again. I greet you wherever you are. In this video we will talk about the following. Can you have two hamsters in the same cage? Let's get started. For people who want to keep two or more hamsters together, dwarf hamsters are recommended. These species can be kept in pairs or groups as long as they are given adequate space. Most dwarf hamsters will enjoy the company of members of their own species, but Syrian, and sometimes Chinese, hamsters should be kept to themselves. If kept together, these hamsters will get very stressed, even if they are housed in a large enclosure. For hamsters that can enjoy each other's company, it is best to stick to the varieties, dwarf, Roborovskis, winter white. If you plan to keep multiple hamsters together, be aware that despite best efforts, there are no guarantees that hamsters will get along. If they don't see eye to eye and fights break out, then you'll need to get another cage so you can have them separately. If it is difficult for you, then you may want to consider opting for a Syrian hamster, which should be kept to itself. Below are some tips and tricks used to keep multiple hamsters together. 1. Introduce hamsters when they are young. It's a great idea to keep brothers or sisters together as they have known each other since they were born. Hamsters that have been raised together will usually have already resolved to find each other. If you cannot adopt hamsters from the same nest, then it is best to introduce them before they are 7 to 8 weeks old, as hamsters older than this age are likely to react very poorly to the introduction of a new hamster. 2. Have a large enough cage. Even hamsters that get along very well will have a hard time being friendly with one another if you keep them in a cage that is too small. To avoid this, you will need to buy a cage large enough for your pet species. 3. You must have more than one feeding area. One tip to avoid fighting is to provide each hamster with its own food bowl and water bottle. This can reduce fighting as hamsters can always eat elsewhere if the dominant hamster is feeling protective of her food. 4. Check the gender of each hamster. As we're sure you know, it's a good idea to keep animals of the same genus together, rather than animals of opposite genders. If you do not plan to breed hamsters, I suggest that you learn to identify the hamster genders before adopting or purchasing your pets. It's not uncommon for stores to set the wrong sex for the animals they are selling, or simply lose track of the people they have at the time. Hamsters can reproduce very quickly, and since they are often very territorial, an unexpected litter may mean you have to buy a lot of new cages. 5. Watch their behavior. Even hamsters that get along for a long time have the ability to fight each other. Some owners of these cute pets are surprised to find that hamsters they have had for years are suddenly grumpy and irritable with each other, or even attack each other. If this starts to happen, then you will need to separate your hamsters in each cage. If a hamster has drawn blood from the other hamster, she is stalking the other hamster or is preventing another cage mate from accessing food, then it is time to separate them. Place the hamster that is stalking the other hamster in a new home for a week or two and then try placing it back in the main cage or reintroducing the hamsters to neutral ground. If you watch them closely for a few hours and after this separation they still don't get along, you should keep them away permanently. This may mean that you have to buy a new cage, but it is best for your pets. It is not uncommon for these types of disputes to have really damaging effects on one or both animals, and fights can even prove fatal. For your safety, it is better to keep hamsters that are in constant fight separate. Would you like to have more professional information, and especially updated about your dog? Visit the website below in the description of this video. Do not stop subscribing to the channel, comment, and share the video. You are very well, thank you.